How's it going, everyone? We have some more Digimon cards to open today. Today we have the release of the new starter deck, so I will be going through each starter deck and just showing the cards. This is super exciting if you're playing the game because each of these starter decks are for the black, purple, and green cards, which haven't had decks yet. And these boxes contain some pretty good cards for each of those colors, so it's awesome to finally get our hands on this in the USA. And let's look through these cards and see what we've got. Each card box, of course, like the first set, comes with a booster pack, which is very nice. We will open that at the ending. I love the way that they pack the decks in this game. Just a little plastic band on it that's really easy to remove. Way easier than a lot of other card games I've seen that kind of have this weird foil with usually a tab on it, but a lot of times the tab isn't cut right. It's hard to go. But we have first our new Digitama Kapurimon. When your Digimon has blocker, it gets 1000 DP. Pretty awesome. A lot of these cards are pretty good kind of blocker support for the blocker black strategy. Got Jazamon, our 2/1 cost black rookie. 4 copies of this one. Agumon, rookie blocker, pretty nice, and he's also able to attack without paying any memory. Only 1000 DP, but he's pretty much just there to slow your opponent down. And Toy Agumon. Oh, this card is really good. If your opponent didn't attack with a Digimon this turn, trigger draw 1. Super cool, because basically if you're going for the kind of blocker strategy, trying to build a wall and turtle your opponents out, every turn that they don't attack, because you have big blockers that will kill their monsters, you just get to draw an extra card, helping you get through your deck and stack that advantage. 4 copies of this card as well. And we have our starter deck Commandramon. Really cool with set 4 if you're trying to make the D Brigade deck, as he is a D Brigade monster. 4 cost to play, but 5000 DP, so you're kind of more expensive but higher power rookie. 4 of these also. And then we have the virus version of Greymon with this purple look. End of your opponent's turn. If your opponent didn't attack with Digimon this turn, trigger draw 1. Similar to the clear Toy Agumon. Pretty cool. Lets you double dip if that's what you're going for. 4 copies of that as well. And then Jazzardmon, just a kind of higher DP, basic vanilla champion. Ooh, and then we have our blocker, our level 4 blocker. Cheap to digivolve into, only 1 to go into, but a slightly lower DP. So nice if you're trying to kind of turbo and get things up quickly, but also want to have blockers just in case you're playing against like a rush deck or your opponent has something big that you need to block quick. 4 copies of this. Oh no, 2 copies. So this is one of the cards we only have 2 of in this starter deck. And then Metal Greymon. When digivolving until the end of your opponent's next turn, one of your Digimon gains blocker. So kind of interesting. Basically, if you're digivolving into him, you give another Digimon blocker for the turn, which could be good if you have something big on the board, but at 3 cost to digivolve into, not sure if it's going to be the most useful card, but we have 4 copies of that. Metal Tyrannomon, 3 cost to digivolve into, but 9000 DP, so on the higher damage side, and 6 to play, so a little bit towards the cheaper end, kind of cheaper middle range for level 5s. 4 copies of that. We have Megadramon, which gives you blocker as an inheritable skill. Pretty awesome, especially if you have some really powerful level 6s or 7s you want to digivolve into. Now you're just turning him into a blocker, which is awesome because we don't have too many Digimon. I think there's only 1 other Digimon so far with blocker as an inheritable skill, and it's a level 5, so it's 2 of those. Machinedramon, up to 2 of your Digimon gain reboot when digivolving, so that's kind of cool. If you have a bunch of Digimon, have them swing your opponent, then they reboot themselves, they're safe for the turn, assuming they live through the attack, so kind of interesting. And 2 copies of Machinedramon, and then we have the starter deck Blitz Greymon with pretty cool art. He has security attack +1 and then Digiverse 2. One of your Digimon gets plus 4000 DP until the end of your opponent's next turn. Pretty cool, especially if you're swinging security. You can use it on him himself, and then he doesn't have to worry about dying to any Digimon out there unless your opponent has some kind of security stack buffing skill, which isn't too common. Downside is he does cost 4, similar to the original starter deck. Kind of megas, they always cost 4, which kind of sucks to digivolve into. Like, they're a little bit more powerful because of it, but usually anything that costs more than 3 for a level 6 is rough, because if you have a memory tamer, you can only really guarantee yourself 3 memory. So unless your opponent's giving you a ton of memory for the turn, you could Digivolve into him and then never even get to use him, and your opponent might just kill him during the next turn. But so we have 2 copies of these as well. And then moving off of our Digimon, we have the Tie Tamer. When you use blocker to suspend one of your Digimon, you may suspend this tamer to unsuspend one of your Digimon. Pretty cool. So this basically lets you use any of your blockers twice per turn. And he is, of course, a 2-cost tamer, and we actually get 4 copies of him in this deck. We have Laser Eye, trigger D Digivolve 1 on up to 2 of your opponent's Digimon. And 4 copies of that. Dark Side Attack, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with a play cost of 7 or less. So most level 5s or lower. 2 copies of that, and then these are the kind of memory marker cards for this. And then something I actually didn't know with the original starter decks until after I'd made my videos, you can actually pop out this little section here, and that's like a little cardboard marker you can use. Same thing with this one. I do like the monochromatic look for these, black and white and gray, pretty cool. And then you just get your instruction cards like the other starter decks. So overall, pretty cool starter deck. As you can see, like the main strategy of this focuses heavily on blockers, trying to strengthen your blockers, give more of your Digimon blocker, and really letting you capitalize on all of those turns where your enemies aren't able to attack, and try to block as many of their attacks as you can. There's some pretty cool cards out there already that can really capitalize on these new cards and strategy. So if you're a more defensive player and kind of want to play on the safe side, trying to just slow your opponents down while you whittle them out slowly, definitely pick up these starter decks. Something to always remember, if you're getting a starter deck, you want to get 2 of them. That way you have 4 copies of every single card, since some of the cards only come in 2 of. But now we have our 2 booster packs, 1 from this box and 1 from the second copy of the black starter deck I bought. So we will open these and see what I get. I've heard some people say these starter decks have above average or like really good booster packs. In my experience, all of my starter deck booster packs were some of the worst booster packs I've ever gotten. So we'll see. Orochi and Tai. Okay, I guess, I mean, Tai is cool. It's a good card to set. And our last booster pack to close off this video. Ooh, wait, this actually has something really shiny at the back. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm sorry, I doubted the heart of the cards. Okay, let's see what we get. Ooh, okay, Tai and yo, Ancient Garurumon. What? Secret rare after a starter deck? That is, ooh, that's some value right there. This card's probably worth both of the decks combined, at least once. I don't know, haven't checked the market. Pretty cool looking card. Very good if you're kind of trying to make a hybrid deck. This card definitely combos well with those. Really strong blue card for this set. Okay, well, that is a way more exciting end to the video than I thought we would get. Thank you all for watching. I will have videos of each of the others coming out soon this week as well. Hope you all are doing well. Stay tuned to the channel if you're hoping for some more content. I will be doing deck profiles and more unboxing soon. Have a good one, and see you all in the next video.